Well, joining me now, senior editor for the Federalist, Fox News contributor, Mollie Hemingway, editorial director at the Daily Caller, Vince Coglianese. Great to have you both here.
Thank you.
And Mollie, let's start with, the president is insisting that he will speak with a special counsel. The process seems well underway. Your thoughts, your reaction?
Well, and he did say that he would speak with them pursuant to what his attorneys recommend, right. And I hope that those attorneys are negotiating very strict parameters, because so much, we are a year and a half into what is a pretty well-established conspiracy theory, a sort of a Russian hoax. And I think all these leaks that we've gotten from the special counsel's office indicate that there isn't a there in terms of Trump colluding with Russia to steal an election, and that they are interested in coming up with something else to justify their probe. That's a trap, and he needs to be careful, and he needs to not, I know he thinks, well, he didn't do anything wrong, so what's the problem? Just talk to them. That's not how the FBI works. That's not how Mueller works. He needs to be thoughtful about this.
Right. Vince, as Mollie is laying out the evidence before us, there is, interestingly enough, nothing that would support the collusion with Russia charge against the president or as a candidate. But there is immense evidence that Hillary Clinton carried out a conspiracy, and her supporters, including the deep state within the FBI, the Department of Justice, to not only alter the presidential election, but to alter outcomes that would influence not only her candidacy, but that of her opponent, that is President Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the flow of the money. The Hillary Clinton campaign paying Fusion GPS through a lawyer, paying for that dossier that paid an investigator that paid Russians in order to gather information on the president of the United States. And now we wait with bated breath to find out what's inside of that FISA memo within Congress. All of the suggestions appear to be that this dossier was used in inappropriate ways all over the place in order to secure investigative tools to go after people within Trump's orbit. There's definitely disparate treatment here, and the press has been so weak at actually assessing who's been damaged.
I want to get a sense from both of you as to your judgment about the coverage of this immense story, this scandal, whatever you want to call it. But the absolute revelations about the extraordinary behavior of the Department of Justice, the FBI, the Democratic Party, the deep state here, Mollie. The national left-wing media is trying to suggest, as we watched Joe and Mika, they're saying, I'm declaring war on the FBI. I haven't at all. No, nothing to even closely that effect. I've said we've got to, however, secure the evidence because it's disappearing quickly over there, and sequester whatever evidence those who are going to be charged has in their possession. Your thoughts?
Yes. Official Washington is in a state of denial. I mean, this is a scandal. I've lived here for decades. I've never seen anything like this, and I've actually seen some pretty good scandals. This cuts to the very heart of having a functioning republic. Now, it is entirely possible that all of these things, all of these strange coincidences and deletion of information and the use of a dossier to secure a wiretap or to weaponize that dossier to brief Congress, all of these things.
Dossier.
It could be that they all have reasonable explanations. That would be unrealistic, but it's entirely possible. The idea that you wouldn't probe and figure out what's going on about all of these many credible allegations of wrongdoing, obstruction, and politicization, hyper-politicization at the FBI, it is a scandal how the American media are not treating this as significantly as it obviously is.
And Vince, to follow Mollie's point here, as I would, I've been accused, of attacking the FBI and the Justice Department. I am. Based on everything I know, I'm attacking their leadership, and they have been awful. And It looks like they've committed awful acts. But we have more than half of the U.S. Congress, the House of Representatives, that won't even read the 4-page memo.
Yeah, this is a very flat assessment of what you're saying, what a lot of people are saying. These are, I've heard the phrase going around, distinction deniers, people who refuse to accept that people like you are saying, hey, look, I have problems with the FBI's leadership. I think mistakes were made. And by the way, the rank and file, they don't want leadership that they can't place faith in. I think we as Americans need our institutions to be sacred and secure, and that's what we're looking for.